Copy that, thank you. Did you bring the buds? Did I copy that and I got it up my books? Alex.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry.
Sure.
Hi.
I see how it is.
You have a beautiful.
Welcome to the It's a Wonderful World living room lockdown.
Oh, that's great. You locked down.
This is the Gypsy Free State, and this is the It's a Wonderful World living room lockdown. As you can see, there's a room for 6 of us to be locked down here. There's going to be one on either end with a U-lock to the guardrail and all the other people in the middle in case for when the police come.
How long have you been locked down?
Well, we've been in position to be locked down here potentially for 4 days. This action's been going on for 7, and on this past Monday, well, Sunday night into Monday, we prepared for the potentiality that the police might raid us and try and break this up. And we've been locked down here and at other positions on this road and other roads to attempt to preserve the crime scene, what we believe is the murder of David Gypsy Chain up on top of this ridge overlooking the Grizzly Creek State Park. And because we don't believe that the Humboldt County Sheriffs can conduct an independent, unbiased investigation, and we're asking that this crime scene be preserved until an independent investigator can come in. Pacific Lumber, even though they issued a statement saying that they weren't going to log until the investigation was over, came back in this past Friday and inevitably destroyed the crime scene and taken away any evidence there might have been of criminal activity taking place up there. And of course that there is the potentiality of violations of the Forest Practices Act going on up there. In fact, California Fish and Game has said that there are violations of Forest Practices Act that have taken place up here. And what David Gypsy Chain was doing when he died was to try to tell the fallers about those violations and request that they stop logging for the day until an investigator could come out from the CDF. And I myself actually talked to the CDF the day before, and they assured me that someone would be here the day that David died to do the investigation, and there was not. So we're all pretty upset about this whole situation. I've been working with Earth First pretty much full-time, day and night, for a very short time actually, only since this past March base camp when I joined and began making my contributions in the kitchen. And worked many hours day in and day out at the base camp kitchen this past spring, and I've been involved with many direct actions ever since then. I've been in the woods an awful lot. I've been in the office an awful lot. This is my 6th lockdown since March, since I joined this movement.
What forest name did you take for yourself?
Oh, I'm just Rob. Everyone here knows me as Rob. I like to be someone who's accessible as who I really am, and I haven't felt the need to be someone else.
What was your life, Rob, before you arrived?
Well, I've been doing activism in various forms for many years. I've been involved with Food Not Bombs in Arcata for quite a while. I was involved with the peace and anti-nuclear movements back in the state of New York, where I'm from, and I actually was a teacher for a little while, and I still hold a California state teaching credential to be an English teacher, and could be substitute teaching, could be seeking a full-time job as an English teacher, but I choose to do this because I feel very strongly about the necessity to do what we're doing here, and that I think it's really interesting to have someone like me be here because it sort of breaks the traditional stereotype of, an uneducated, unrefined, just kind of dirty, ignorant person. And I'm being an Earth Firster, I'm not that at all. I'm a well-educated professional person who could have a very well-paid professional job if I so chose, and my morals and my political beliefs and my belief in the need for action have brought me here instead.
Ready? Oh! Almost had that. Back there. Where's Walt?
This is the erosion ferry. This is what they're doing to keep the logging trucks from coming through the ditch.
I thought you was going already up there. Because that one other guy down there.
So here we have them. Great. So let's.
You've been here.
Today I've been here for a week.
Uh-huh. And what has that week been like for you?
It's been really hard and fun and frustrating all at the same time.
Why don't we start with the frustration and go to the fun?
Just the whole situation up here is just frustrating for me because I don't think we should have to do this. But it's like I'm just frustrated with pretty much having to go up and down this hill all the time.
Within the context of your being a warrior, defending these boundaries.
Just everybody here and all the good spirits that are here and all the family and all the love and just what we're doing here, our purpose here.
Place to defend though, you know, when you're running around counting mouse in here, look at that, right? It's like serious. I bet you David Chain looked at this tree too. Thought he was in the right. When he saw this, I bet he thought, all right.
Should have its roots, you know, spread out this way. No, to a great extent, in fact, enough to actually hook with all the other different redwood trees in the area, and that's what keeps it stable. And so when you take out the other redwood trees in the area, like they did around Luna, then you loosen its structure. And
It's a lot like Luna up in Stafford. It's thick at the bottom, thick at the top. It's got a lot of branches. It's very healthy. It's right on the side of the road on a very steep incline.
Gypsy Chain must have passed this tree on his way into the forest. What do you think?
Back and forth.
What do you think his thoughts must have been?
I think he saw that tree and he knew that he was called here. Maybe this tree called him in particular, but this is a monument. This is not just, this is something more. There's a life force here, divine something going on, and I think that he heard the voice and he came here, and what happened is God's will, and period, that's it. And the tree stands, and here we are. Yeah, I'm sure David Chain looked at that tree, Gypsy looked at that tree, and when he saw it, it just emanates connection and compassion and communication, silent communication, full of love, full of divine energy. There's no doubt about it. The beacons of wisdom are right there. Why would we cut them? No way. Only foolish ones would do such a thing. So David, I'm sure, he's here now and he's probably connected for sure.
It took a lot of work to get some of this barricade material out of the woods.
Spring or something that diverted to the road.
Footprints of the folks who are keeping this forest land standing. Trees still in the fog.
Zoom. Yeah, zoom. 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 Zoom.
steep, steep, steep logging road. Pampas grass already invading this forest. How much farther to the encampment?
Not really that far. You just go like up that hill, and then it's like maybe a couple, 3 more hills. I don't know. It's not that far really. I mean, it's like maybe
It's
another
just
mile.
really
Maybe,
uphill.
I doubt it. It's just yeah. I think you'll love it. I think when
I'll
you get out
walk
there,
down to the cars.
I think when you get out there, you're gonna love it. It's gonna like go ape shit because it's just so much fun.
The encampment, the reason for it?
I think it's kind of hard to explain. You have to kind of see it. But let's go up the hill.
Okay, did you help build it?
It's pretty amazing, yeah. A little bit. Mostly I carry food. It's really mostly. I'm an Earth First activist.
And you're here from Food Not Bombs?
No, I'm just a traveling person right now.
Right.
I just traveled up here, that's all.
You can tell how far we're up
How's that?
because of the towns down below. You can pretty much see like little roads and little bits of houses and stuff. Like 4 in the morning up here.
And it's
Because-
like what?
It's just like water like coming out of the sky, like almost like rain, but it's not really rain. It's just the fog dripping moisture from the sky. It's not really rain at all. It's
fog dew.
Foggy. I understand some of the activists call it the fog pissing on them.
Oh no, that's what I call it. The fog pissing on me. It just rains. It like comes down here like 4 in the morning and you get all.
How far up are we, would you say, Bear?
I have no idea. Maybe 1,500 feet. Somewhere around there. Sounds about right. You can still hear the chainsaws like over on the other ridge from over there. It's so quiet up here. Pretty crazy.
And what is your role then at this encampment?
I just carry food, man. That's all I do.
I'm going to follow behind you.
Okay.
Wow, this road is so steep. What a ditch. How much effort it took to dig this ditch by hand to keep the logging trucks from rolling any further. The forest line defenders who put up this obstacle, or actually dug it out, even put up a set of stairs for other forest land defenders so they could ascend with food and water and their personal strength. We're coming to the first encampment and beyond where the stalwart folks have dug the trench. You, Madrone?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of this encampment, Madrone?
As I see it right now,
we're the back door.
we're the back door, and our purpose is to make sure that no PL personnel or Humboldt Sheriff personnel come up here and change the crime scene any, till a private investigation can be done.
That trench is a monument to earth movement.
Yeah, you're awesome. We stayed up all
we've
night
seen-
digging that. Carl Anderson drove up, and we like trucked up here with shovels and spent all night digging it. And we in the wee hours of the morning, that gorgeous thing went up too. We were just working.
Is there another road in, or?
No.
It was like 3 days and no
There's
sleep.
a T down there. That fork is the other road.
Yeah.
It goes to some rancher's property, and but PL has access, and there's trenches over there also, and it's erosion control. You know, erosion really focused in on one controlled area, and I guess the elves are out there doing that.
Wow. So this is a tripod.
This is a
This is a
tripod,
tripod.
yes it is.
Okay, somebody want to get a little bit closer to it and explain it?
Climb it?
Yeah, sure.
You want me to climb it?
I'll climb it.
Okay.
Why don't you climb it? I climb it a lot.
Okay.
We should get you climbing up. You're so fast.
Could you explain it as you climb it? Is that possible?
Yeah, you can explain it.
Well, a tripod is sort of like a platform with 3 legs.
Have you gone up that before, Down?
No.
Right, and the purpose?
The purpose is to block the road and not let anyone get by. Of course they can and have been able to take them down. That is why we've tried this new little scheme here of running a line right across it, underneath it. So that way we can be on a little platform and get on the tripod.
And they can't pull the tripod over?
You can actually get off of the tripod and stand on that line and hold on to it. You know, if they knock the tripod over, they'd be knocking you off. Runner?
Somebody get up there.
Why they're coming up?
There's ATVs on the mountain.
ATVs on the mountain?
Alright, did you do a radio call? Did you get in touch with them?
Why don't...
Yes.
Beth, can you stay in video?
Yep.
I'm going back down there.
Can you get in the basket
check
and
out.
go up onto the tripod?
Hey, Spike, can you stash my bags?
Yes, I can.
You know if there are ATVs that have been coming?
Do you want to run up on the mountain?
I just heard them. I'm going back down right now.
Oh, you didn't see me, you just heard them?
Yeah.
Alright.
They weren't too far from me though.
Cool.
Where were you when you heard him?
I was down on the skid trail, down at the bottom of the hill below the tripod, and I was down on the log in the brush because I could hear them and I didn't know how far they were away from me.
Okay.
Very important.
Take your time. We're not up here, so get in a rush because they could cause bodily harm. Sit down. Like, bring yourself, your butt down into the platform. Alright, there you go. Wonderful.
Well, what is it like up there?
Never, never land. So I need to toss you a line down?
No, I got it on this, so I'm just going to swing it over to you if you're ready.
I'm ready. Oops.
Hey, I thought you were ready.
Not quite ready.
Awesome. We'd be a bunch of rednecks cruising around in the woods. How you doing, Bear?
Rock and roll, dude.
Hey. What's up? You're back. Excellent.
It's too dark in here for this to work.
Yeah, it brings you right up behind the yarders in the other machine they have up there.
Thank you.
It's a nice little trek.
Okay. Where?
Pulls those trees up out of the ravine after they're cut down.
And what are you guys doing here?
Well, there's a couple folks that are locked down up there. That's what they do, is they go up and they put their arms in some tubes and chain themselves inside the tube so they can't get in there without a diamond cutter. And they do it down here, down here. There's all kinds of different places that you can chain up to stop the vehicle from being in operation.
Are they chained right now? Is it a...
No, there's nobody up there. I don't see
Okay.
anyone. Do you? See that
No.
tube? You want to see someone, what it looks like when someone's chained in there?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's this for? We'll show you our teepee. Our compost station.
This here is the cat, the caterpillar. Those big things over there, which you'll come up and see, they pick up the trees and out of the ravine and set them down and set them into vehicles that pull up big, huge trucks. That's what a cat is. It's a multi-million-dollar vehicle. It's also the most expensive rainbow kitchen that's ever existed because we've been feeding off of the treads and doing dishes and everything on the treads. But we haven't damaged any vehicles. We've showed respect for the vehicles. We have a teepee set up on the other side, which we'll come and look at here in a second. This here is our compost.
Damn, now we got an abundance of video cameras.
General trash, you can burn our paper and stuff. We got bottles and metals over here. We got plastics down here, containers here. We recycle because, you know, it's the way. You know, this is like been feeding people out this area, but this is a cat. They lock up in there, up there, in that little space.
Oh, wow.
People lock inside there in case because it's like where it would crush. So they stay in there so they can't move the vehicles.
Has anybody been here to attempt to revigorate this equipment since you've been here?
No, we were visited by the head of security for Palco, though.
Uh-huh. Carl?
But he just came and didn't say anything and looked at what we were doing.
Yeah.
But he can't get up here anymore unless he walks.
How large has this encampment gained? How big has it been at times?
Huge, gigantic, millions of us. Millions.
This monster town, I guess the most amount of people that have been here is like
Millions.
8 or 9.
This is Monster Town?
Yep.
Okay. What a beautiful teepee you've constructed. I bet it feels like eons that you've been here.
That's who's up in the tree. We got a tree sitter named Eon.
Do one of you want to tell me what life is like here?
Sure. I've been here a week.
Okay.
Life here is like, wow. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like this is the first time I've been anywhere where like there's no loggers and all this equipment. You know, like they left all their gasoline tanks out and all their equipment, and it's like, well, you know, what can we do with this stuff now?
It's like being at the end of the world, a movie.
Kinda. It's like a ghost town. It's like everything's gone except for what they left behind, and it's like it's kind of like time being frozen except for us, you know? It's like all the evil's been frozen up here, and all the good is left up here to thrive, and we have been thriving. Everybody's growing, everybody's learning each other. The stuff that I've learned from being up here, I'll never forget.
Have you been to the place where the forest land defender Gypsy lost his life?
I'm not sure. I've been around it before he died, the day before he died, and I've been like around it like since it's happened, but I'm not an investigator. I'm not trained in forensics. I don't really belong there. Maybe after the investigator's there and the investigation's over, you know, then it'd be a good time to go there and pay respects to where it happened. But I'm kind of afraid to go there now because of the whole legality involved.
I'm a narrator, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I don't. If you don't have a forest name yet, I've just given you one.
Mine's good medicine.
Okay, what else do you want to tell me as I follow you about?
We have good sanitation. You know, we use hydrogen peroxide to wash our hands. I'll show you the kitchen area.
Okay.
This is our little kitchen area. It's the hookup. It's where we feed people. We use hydrogen peroxide. We got soaps. We don't use soap though because it's bad for the environment, so we just use peroxide because it evaporates. And Dr. Bronner's because it biodegrades in like 7 years or something like that. Just
do you have a CB here?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Have any of the loggers, timber workers try to contact you, make contact with you here?
Nope, just family.
But Julia Butterfly came through all the way in her tree on this little 2-watt radio twice now. Like all of a sudden, the people who are on the CB are talking to Butterfly up in the tree. It's pretty crazy.
I think we got anything that you want to eat.
There's a messenger on his way with food.
Yeah, I figured we had dinner coming. But yeah, are you all hungry? If anyone, we could bust a snack or something.
Oh no, we're fine. We're gonna have to go back before it gets too dark.
The shitter.
Okay. Okay.
The shiznits.
compost area. That's where we, you know, compost our materials. Because you have to. It's important that you compost. Everyone here is conscious about it. Here we have our shitter.
I'll tell you what's kind of crazy about living up here. It's like we're doing the job of the sheriff's department because the sheriff's department doesn't really do their job. It's like I personally believe that they already tampered with the evidence.
You mean you're guarding the site?
Yeah, so that they don't move the yarder over there and start hauling all the logs out and stuff before we get a chance to get our private investigator up here to check it out.
Because the way the logs fell is going to tell the story.
Yeah, totally. But we have like reports that the sheriff's department left pieces of our friend down there, and we believe that they might have moved stuff around before anything happened. Because obviously they don't have to come up here and mess with it because they already did. So I don't know. It kind of feels weird on the same hand as it feels beautiful.
Here we have our shitter. Come. I hope all the stuff's covered because sometimes people don't know how to do it in the woods, right? But you always got to cover your shit. It's very important to always cover your shit because you can get diseases. There's our shitter. It's a hole. You know, cover it, shit in there, put our foot on the stump, and then shit in the trench. It's like a round trench. Cover it up when we're done. We always cover it. It's important. It's very important. Look here. Here's the fatty grandfather that got altered. This is a very large, beautiful grandfather stump here. You see that? Look at that. It's amazing. There's where we stash our food. We have a little food stash because we have to. Because if they take this...
Would you sit on the grandfather stump and just tell me how you feel?
How do I feel? I feel incredible. I feel sensational. The mother, the father, you know, creation is so beautiful. And I just give thanks. I give thanks for everything. I give thanks for the support. I give thanks that we could be here. I give thanks for the love. We love everyone. We love Charles Hurwitz. We love the loggers. We love everybody. Because it's all us. It's all us. It's just ideas. It's a war of ideas.
Can you film a little bit?
No, let's just use the light as a flashlight. Can you get on the other side and take my hand again? No, I'm not filming. We're getting out of here. I mean, you know, this is ridiculous.
It's working, isn't it?
Working as a flashlight, yes. We're saved. I can't see anything through the...
All right, just turn it on. It'll see itself.
It is on.
No, I mean the camera. Okay, we're coming to an instruction of some sort.
It says it's recording, but...
Where? Okay. Here, can you see me? Can you see me at all? You should be able to see me with nightlight.
I don't.
All right, because maybe you don't have nightlight on.
I did turn it on. I turned it on.
Does it say nightlight?
Yeah, I mean, there's that thing's on.
All right, this is an instruction here.
Okay.
Can you...
Stand by. Oops.
Okay, so this is the end.
You need a light to see where we're going.
What's your name?
I'm Beth Fosk. I'm the editor of News Hutler Interview, and this is my partner, Bob Diamonds.
Well, Beth, it's really nice to meet you. I'm Banka.
Oh, Banka!
Spoken to you anytime.
Yes. What a beautiful house here.
Thanks.
I'm River.
Hello, River.
Thanks for coming, Beth.
All right. What we've been doing is making videos for Mendocino so people really get a sense of...
And this is Samson.
Hello, Samson.
Did you go to the rally today?
Yeah.
How was it?
it was beautiful, and it was well attended, and we filled a block.
Awesome.
I mean, filled a block, and Butterfly gave the benediction. I mean, you had, that's what you have to call it, because I mean, I don't know if she meant it to be, but everybody was eloquent. And I think that people came from there to here. Some people.
Yeah, some. This is the Gypsy Mobile. I don't know if you've ever seen a Batmobile before.
No, go ahead.
But this is it, and there's 2 black bears inside of it, and then 2 of us with straight boxes. So it's part of the road blockade Free State.
Did you spend any time with Gypsy at Liberty?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that time?
Yeah, it was September, I believe, and he was in an affinity group and I was in an affinity group, and we combined and we carried in pieces of the pods. I remember him because he had this Texas accent and beautiful long dreads, and it was hot, really hot, and we kept making, Graceland was the satellite camp, and had to keep making trips back and forth with pieces of the love pod, and he was, instead of, some of our group left after we brought it in, and he wanted to stay and help put it up and learn, and like that night, or the next night, we got in there, and he climbed up in a tree and sat, and 2 nights before he died, I actually did security with him, and we were catching up, and he did a sister action when me and the 3 other women locked down at Congressman Riggs' office. They did a lockdown, and he was telling me about climbing the flagpole and trying to hang this banner, and it was really beautiful to know that. And he came back, he clearly stated his intention was to come back full time to do this campaign, and he said, I want to put my roots in. So, you know, he brought 3 people back from Texas from telling them about this great, beautiful place and the forest and the ecosystem, and
Thank you so much. I'm going to play that on my radio show Sunday night so that a lot of people can hear that story about him. Thank you.
Can't see if there's any more debris here. I'm filming the circle till we get close anyway.